Hi, Jem.
Hi, Wendy.
Lovely to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you. So you're down in the heart of England.
I am. I'm in the Midlands.
You're in Midlands, and I'm in, well, I'm near Edinburgh, so it's sort of southern Scotland.
Yeah, always sounds like a beautiful place where you are.
Yeah, it is lovely by the sea. And I was brought up in the Midlands too.
So we have a connection, don't we,
We do have
there?
a connection. Yeah. And it's amazing, isn't it, how we have connected together and we've found out that we've both done so many similar things, both therapists.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had our paths are kind of crossed in various ways, haven't they, over the years? So we started off, your was my supervisor, my clinical supervisor, and I found you online, and you had your experience and qualification in theta healing.
Mm.
I was really interested in, and the EMDR, and also
And
a
that's quite unique, isn't it? Both,
yeah, combination.
yeah, having theta healing and EMDR,
Yeah,
because theta healing's faith-based and EMDR is, how would you describe that? It's much
it's
more
almost kind of bit
technical,
scientific. Yeah, exactly. It's definitely more framework based, isn't it? Structure.
very structured. So for
Yeah,
people that don't know, it's a trauma therapy
yeah,
that's well known now and
yeah,
used in the NHS and across all sorts of boards,
yeah,
and has been for about 20 or 30 years.
yeah, yeah. Since
Evident, evidence-based, that's right. It's evidence-based and it works fabulous. We
yeah,
both love it. Yeah.
yeah, that EMDR is an amazing
Mm.
therapist. It just gives clients really quick results. I find just wonderful.
So it stands for, so
Oh,
EMDR, because people like, what are you saying? It's
it's
eye
such a good name.
eye movement, desensitizing and reprocessing.
Such a horrible name.
Yes.
No,
And the lady that devised it, Shapiro, she said the same thing, didn't she? But it became famous for it, so
yeah,
it just stuck. But we're both in it. We're still in it, aren't we? You're still in it?
yeah, I do it a lot. It's
Yeah,
the main thing that I use, to be honest.
me too. Yes. So we have this strong connection with EMDR,
But
and
you was also working online as well, and this was going back some years now. So that also appealed to me. So you was kind of like well ahead of
yes,
a lot of people because you were already doing it online.
yeah, you're right. Because I got into computers when they first came out. Yeah, of course. And then after the COVID, then it became much more popular, didn't it? To be on.
Yeah, almost normal, really, now, isn't it? Online, working online.
And
Very much.
interestingly, isn't it interesting? I mean, I feel really close to you, Wendy, but we've never met in person.
No, that we've never met in person. No, not at all. And I've been connecting with you quite a number of years now. Can't remember how many off the top
Yeah,
of my head, but it's a fair few. But yeah, we've never met
no,
in person. Isn't that weird?
no. And how do I say this? I know I had a desire to. I meant
Keep,
what I meant was don't
keep.
feel I need to. I feel that we've connected as if we had met in person. Do you
Real
see what I mean?
cheek of that, but I know what you mean.
Mhm. So somehow, so what we're doing here has somehow evolved into, so what we've decided to do is a series of short bite-sized videos, because we both like videos and YouTube and these, other platforms, and we both learn from it, don't we? And we thought we'd do our own thing because we have such really good conversations. We thought, why don't we put it out there to the public?
That's really funny, isn't it? Because that was so well said, Jen. That was. I mean, it was an idea that just came about quite quickly, and before we knew it, here we are. This is our first video, isn't it? And it is, for me, it's about conversations about all sorts of things. But for me, it is about people knowing and understanding that they've got capabilities and a power within themselves and all around us. And like I said to you earlier, that we're all loved so, so deeply. And my frame of reference is that we are a spiritual being,
Well,
having
we're both
human
on that, aren't we?
experience. Yeah,
We're
yeah,
both on this, on the knowing that we're spiritual beings, having experience in our bodies,
yeah,
and that's what we both put out to our clients, I believe.
yeah.
Whether it's it may not be actually spoke about sometimes, but it's always there behind, and that's the theta healing bit that also comes into it, isn't it? Because we're both trained theta healers, which means believing in a greater power than ourselves,
Mm,
having faith.
yeah,
And we're both into meditation, and
definitely. Yeah,
we both did a little meditation before this. And the three things that came to me was for us to have these little videos we're putting out to always be unrehearsed.
yeah, like
Oh,
this one.
yes, like this one, always natural, because that's who we are,
Mm.
and always in the moment.
Mm, yeah, not edited,
Oh,
not like,
well, we
oh,
might edit it if we want to take anything out, but it's
but
yeah,
not like, it's not being like professional.
yeah,
And it's just going to be real.
real, yes,
Yeah, like a real conversation, almost as though the viewers are part of our conversation.
yes. And because it's in the moment, we might do it again differently another time. And we're always going to be on the same line of thinking, most probably, but it could come out completely different way because it's
Mm,
the energies. We're both into energies as well, aren't we?
very much so.
Very much so.
I love
Mm.
I love that, looking at it in that kind of way from an energetic point of view, but also we're both completely trusting and surrendering, just allowing more than anything, aren't we? That whatever we talk about may not necessarily be what we thought we were going to talk about,
Yeah.
but whatever we do talk about is actually what's meant to be talked about.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because just before we started this up, we were talking about allowing. And I think we were both saying that's actually behind everything. The therapy that we do and the clients that we work with, at the end of the day, it is about accepting and allowing reality, seeing reality, and allowing that to be so we're not struggling.
Yeah,
It's like pain. People say when we experience pain in our physical body, it's because our body is trying to deny what's what it's feeling. It's like saying no to it, and that creates pain. Whereas if we accept, okay, this is what's happening, then and allow it, things can just run through.
yeah. Just make it a bit easy. It's not easy though, is it, to do that when you're in pain? But that's what and we're not perfect, are we, Jen? We're not saying either that we've got all the
Yeah,
answers,
we're
are
looking
we?
at ideas. That's right.
Yeah,
We're just normal people.
yeah.
I don't know how normal we are, but because we're all different. Everyone is unique.
Mm,
That's the other thing I want to put over, isn't it? That everyone is special in their own way. And why try to be somebody that we're not? Because we're all meant to be unique.
yeah. I think it's just that people don't realise we've not been taught, have we, how to like the things that make you unique. Quite often we kind of diminish them, don't we? Or we don't want them, or we don't see them, or we don't see the worth or the purpose behind them. But there's always purpose behind our quirks.
Yes.
We might talk about that on another
Yes,
conversation. I've got
absolutely.
something to say about quirks.
Yes, and something about the way that we're brought up in the school system usually is about following orders and being the same, or well, being in the same way, and who can do it best.
Yeah.
It's like there's one particular way. So I think that defeats our confidence that ideally what that we ideally should have, really, to feel good about ourselves. And
Yeah.
maybe that's what we want to do, to help people feel good about themselves.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I don't know about you, Jen, but I get like light bulb moments all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you? I had some new realizations about school just a
Mm-hmm.
couple of weeks ago,
Well,
which
that's
made
interesting, because that's synchronicity, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah, that's lots of synchronicity coming up. That means we're on the right path.
yeah, and something um that was so relevant to me in school, and yet this light bulb moment that happened just 2 weeks ago, I'd never ever seen it before, never realized something before, and it was right in front of me the whole time. It was like in plain sight, this
That's,
issue all the way through school, and I only understood it 2 weeks ago.
wow, that's amazing. And you're
Yeah,
going back to your school age.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Really weird. So we learn things all the time, don't we? We're not, we
Of course, yes. And people say that, don't they, when in their 90s?
yeah,
Say they're still learning.
yeah,
That's true. And this thing about things just coming to you has just left me. I forgot what I was going to say. What
well,
was
that wasn't meant to come out then, was it?
I don't know. Or maybe this is yeah, just proves it's unrehearsed, doesn't it?
Yeah. So basically, with what we're saying, we're going to be talking about all sorts of things that
Mm-hmm.
could almost seem quite random, and
Mm.
that's what makes it
Yeah,
really interesting.
yeah. So we have topics. So we've come up with 4 or 5 topics we're going to start off with, of um, people and animals that are
Yeah,
close
just
to us,
really random stuff, I think.
that we learn from, that are big to us. I'm going to talk about my pets and family, and then we can spread out from there, can't we? To
Yeah,
the wider world, because
yeah,
the people who are around us obviously have important lessons for us, and that's why we're like orbiting, aren't we? And
yeah,
attract these things to us. It's all
yeah.
about
And I
experience.
think that we're normal,
Mhm,
as in, we have our ups and downs,
mhm.
don't we? Life has definitely thrown things
Yeah,
at us.
we have all the absolutely. We have all the
So,
emotions and traumas and
yeah,
else. Yeah.
yeah. And
Mhm.
we're just going to share a little bit, aren't we, about what we've learned or what helped us as
And they
well.
keep coming, like I was sharing with you about my traumas this week,
Yeah, yeah,
which was when I dropped a pan of scalding water over me uh, just a few days ago. Burnt my wrist and my hand and here. And I wrapped the aloe vera leaf around me, which was fantastic. So
yeah.
that really shows
How
how
nice,
how
how loving.
yeah. And then when my dog was attacked by this huge big dog, but he wasn't harmed. And you reminded me that he was protected, and I haven't even thought
Yeah,
of that. So that's
yeah.
amazing.
Because it
Thank
was
you.
just very weird
Yeah.
how it kind of happened and how quickly it kind of just
Mm.
evaporated the situation.
Yes, thank you for that.
Pleasure. This is going to be fun.
Okay.
I'll
So
see you next
um,
time then, Jen.
so that's our time. So in a nutshell, what are we doing, and what do we why are we doing this?
Oh, for me, it is about helping people to learn, to grow, and to feel loved,
No.
and to have a little community
Okay.
where they perhaps can feel that they belong and learn things from us. And we no doubt will learn things as well.
Okay. And why am I doing it? I feel directed. It's a bit cliche, but I'm just
And
following.
you feel that I've dragged you into it, do you, Jen?
No, I'm just no, it's definitely a combination of our energies come together, and I'm just going with it, enjoying it. So that's the why. What was the third thing we're going to include? It was, do you remember? It was, oh, what's it going to be about? Why? Or what have we learned from it? What are we learning from this?
Well, I guess we're learning just to do as we're told, and this was what we've been invited to do. We've never done it before. We really don't know what we're doing. We're just trusting and we're going with it and putting ourselves out there and hoping people will resonate with it and learn from it.
Namaste.
Namaste, Jen.